We are outside COS today to see what they've got. It's the beginning of October. Autumn is definitely here. And I want to take you around because we know we love and enjoy doing these What's Good in videos to help inspire you and show you what's in store that you can add into your wardrobe to help make you feel like yourself. I'm going to try on a few pieces as well to see what's on my COS wish list. I think we have to always talk about COS accessories. You know, there is so many jewelry brands around these days. And yeah, I always feel like COS brings you something that feels interesting, modern, organic, a bit quirky. So whether that's things like the asymmetric earring, I love them as a way of just adding that little touch of personality. You know, when I work with my clients to discover what's missing and help them find their style words and then how to put that into action, sometimes it is just those little unexpected, slightly naughty touches that can help us bring our style to life. COS bags are also one of those things that for the price, the quality you get is just beautiful. They always feel designer because there's no extra hardware. It just feels elegant, chic. This little clutch is 95, I think. And I really love all the brown that's around at the moment. I don't own a lot of brown, and I'm excited to kind of bring it into my, yeah, £95 to bring it into my wardrobe, because I think when we're wearing a lot of neutrals, just having that little touch of brown can often just give a kind of luxe feeling. So I love the brown with the navies. I think brown and navy is really chic together. So have a think. If you're not a brown person, maybe consider a bit of brown accessories just to bring in a kind of slightly earthy, luxurious feel. When I think about COS and what I look for in COS, it's either replicas of designer pieces, it's staples that feel modern, especially when it comes to denim, tailoring, knitwear. And these brown jeans on first look quite regular. But if you look down, you can see a little twist of the seam that kind of comes diagonally across the leg. And that suddenly makes you think, okay, these jeans are going to have a point of view, they're going to have a point of difference, and that's what we want when it comes to our style. In the recent style event that I held for all my Substack subscribers and my regular clients, we talked about the power of brown and blue together, and this was actually part of my edit. So I absolutely love the little modern touch of the thumb hole. The fabric up close is as nice as it looks online. It feels like a cashmere. So beautiful with pinks, with the browns that we're on about. I mean, underneath this kind of moleskin coat, it would look just beautiful. So I think that this is one of my favorite pieces of the season. For all my petite ladies out there, you are in luck. We have found at least 3 cords this season that I think would work for you if you're petite. So we found this lovely kind of boiled wool, slightly off center, buttoned, cute little jacket, very 60s, very neat, very chic, with this sweet little A-line skirt. And then we've got this amazing check one over here, which Millie behind the camera, I think this would look amazing on you. And this actually is more almost like a cardigan. It looks like a jacket, but the knit is not as heavy. But look at that lovely kind of cocoon shape at the back. I just think that would be such a great little investment if that's your vibe, and the little A-line skirt. So petite ladies, COS can often be somewhere that we don't look at because it's quite long in the body. You know, those tall Scandinavian women, but actually this season I think you could be in luck. Earlier, Millie asked me, what is it that you look for when you're coming into a store? And I thought that's a very good question. Think the thing for me, it's always about something that just feels a bit unexpected, or something that I know will help my clients to function in their life better. So for instance, we were looking at this little cord, again another little cute one for petite ladies, but look, this looks like a little tailored two-piece, but actually when you get quite close, it's very soft, it's very relaxed. This kind of barrel shape will be very comfortable at home as well as going out and about. So I like the versatility, and I think that's often what I'm looking for. So whether that's versatility of shape or even something like this, which is like versatility of color, again, maybe not a color that everyone would think of as something for them, like the tobacco, but actually a very useful one for a lot of different kind of vibes, colors, skin tones. We could take it and make it quite an earthy outfit, whether that's pairing it and making it very autumnal here, but we could also have a play with other neutrals together. It looks great with that. I also love it with a kind of, let's have a look if we can find anything like things that feel, I mean, again, great with the purple, same kind of family. But if you're somebody that likes, oh, I know, the pale pink, for instance, we could go down the route of doing more like a pinky peach, but also I think we could go quite vibrant with it. Look at the lovely blue and brown together. It can really take fresh, zingy colours. So sometimes going a bit more kind of earthy on the bottom, whether it's a khaki, whether it's a tobacco, it allows you, even if it's out of your colour wheel and your colours that you've had done, if you have had them done, it does allow you to play with other colors and it to look cool. So if earthy colors aren't your thing, they also look really good with like a really bright white. I love it with a stripe as well. Would be a really fun outfit. So yeah, I think when I'm looking in store, I'm looking for like a really versatile color. I'm looking for shapes that feel interesting, something that's going to bring the wardrobe to life. Do you struggle with cardigans? Do you always put them on and feel a bit like a granny or feel like you've lost your sense of self? I think one of the things we've got to look for, especially if you want a finer knit, is things that have a bit of design detail. So can you see on this is like a curved bottom. So what that allows is for things like you could do a shirt like I've got on today, and you could have the shirt coming out the bottom. It allows you to have something that kind of is a rounder, softer bottom, so you can put it with like skirts. It means that if you've got straighter pieces on the bottom, you're not just going to look completely square. I also love the weight of this because we could do it back to front and have it as a little jumper around our waists. So a little fine knit that has a point of view that isn't just a classic standard cardigan will see you through the autumn and be very helpful. Sometimes it's worth looking for tops that maybe feel smarter than you would normally wear day to day, because as much as this top would look fantastic with like a tailored trouser, even a matching cream, tailored trouser, I do think that when we start pairing tops like this with a more relaxed chino, we can start to have something that is great for being in the office, but also being at home, great for nights out with friends. But I love that contrast and that friction between something more casual and something smarter. So having a smarter top can really bring the wardrobe to life. These are the kind of jeans that you could walk past and go quite unnoticed, but I love that, again, an item. Can you tell about versatility, like something that makes us get away with, like wearing jeans in the office, or wearing a tailored trouser but it's actually denim. I think these are so fun because they feel very classic in shape. So if you are somebody that sits in that more classic side but you want to know what modern is and feel a bit more modernized, then adding in a kind of tailored jean can really help. I love the kind of side stripe, but it's not obvious, it's very subtle. So I think they're a very chic pair of jeans, and if COS often is too fashion for you, this could be a really nice entry. Every season, COS, as I talk about repeatedly, do these fantastic little pull necks. Now we have this slightly kind of 60s, 70s vibe going on. But one of the things that I think could make a real little fashion impact is to marry up the prints together and not be afraid of the print, really intentional print clashing. There's this beautiful kind of scarf coat, and you see there's a lot of scarves around this season. A lot of them are kind of more triangular, so things like this little scarf here, which is attached, but you could take that off and put it with a white t-shirt and it would look great. I think that it's quite a fun print to bring in, the check, because you can pull out the colors within it, especially if you're somebody that lives in neutrals and you want to just bring in some interest. But I do think regardless of whether you like this print, the polo necks are so useful. I also love that a polo neck can take, you know, a dress that maybe you've worn kind of in the milder months and turn it into something that feels you know, versatile. Obviously this is quite a 60s look, but you could do that. We've got some other dresses downstairs that we've seen that are a little bit more kind of elegant and mature. But regardless, these, whether it's with the polo neck or if you prefer a crew neck, these fine knits really help us to kind of make our wardrobes last longer. I love this beautiful, rich, dark chocolate brown scarf. Got to get this lovely point just coming down. But we were saying, I think that these triangular scarves are kind of an evolution of all the, you know, the kind of jumpers around shoulders. But we could also have a plate and put the V at the back, tie it as if it was a jumper around our shoulders, and have something that just brings a bit of texture and interest and warmth. Oh, I love being warm in. So yeah, I really enjoy this chocolate brown. Okay, we've come downstairs. I was hoping I was going to come down and just see a load of colour, but no, the only colourful thing I've really found is this hair clip. But a pop of red is a very useful accessory to have, whether that's a red trainer, a little red belt, a little tassel off your bag. That little pop of red is great. What else were we seeing? Oh, the blues. This check shirt had a moment in New York Fashion Week, and I do love this kind of update on the, like, a workman flannel check shirt. I think that I'd quite like to try this on. I would do it tied around my waist. I'd do it with the kind of polo necks that we've been talking about underneath. I would love it with this skirt, with like a kind of silky sporty skirt, or really cool with your track trousers. Yeah, it brings in a kind of a new print into your life, when maybe for me, I'm not a big print person. What I do often is a texture person, and I love these. Come on, have a close up at these. They are an amazing texture for a jean. Really cool, really interesting. I love it. It's not a jean, it's not really a chino. So this kind of quite like window pane almost check. Very cool. Really sweet little jacket. Again, could be a cardigan, could be a jacket. Very soft and comfortable. Great under your trench coats. Could be good with jeans at the weekend. Again, that versatility I love. This was another one of the little suits co-wards, which I think would be great if you're kind of medium to petite. Nice comfy jean with the elasticated waist. Super comfy. This is an interesting piece. Kind of nylon, sleeveless. I would like to try this. Would be great if the sparkles were kind of coming out the side. So I think could be quite a useful little layering piece. So much barrel shape still around. There's these barrel jeans. Oh wow, there's like this bubble jersey skirt. Ooh, that would be so comfy. Knee-high black boots. That's really sweet. Okay, maybe that's worth trying. So a lot of these kind of barn jackets around. Look at that big cuff here. Get nice big chunky jumpers under that. You know, I always love looking in the men's. See what there is. Ooh, that's sweet. Like a little polo shirt, kind of jacket, cardigan. Always love a good denim shirt. Although I have to say, denim is, I think it's such a thing to get vintage because it's so easy to find. There's so many around. That's a lovely grey hoodie, that kind of scuba fabric. That's a nice alternative with just all the extra little details. And then round here, we have a really great oversized white t-shirt. I love, if you want something that's a bit boxier, I love that. I think we'll have to try that on. This is really interesting. It's like a kind of wool dress that you can layer up again over your polo necks, maybe on on their own with just your long necklaces in the when the season first shifts. Put your fitted t-shirts underneath, then you could do a collared shirt, and then into the kind of thicker, uh, the wool roll necks. But really interesting piece for the winter. I hadn't seen this like trench. The back is like a trench, little wrap brown dress. It's lovely. Okay, this cool, slightly. I love a soft suit. Again, versatile, chill, relaxed. So I thought that's quite a chic little suit. More of a muted tone. But again, you could freshen it up with some white underneath if you needed to kind of make it feel brighter. Look nice with red and burgundies. I mean, their knitwear, I have to say, I get their cashmere every year. Beautiful, just such a timeless piece there. Navy cashmere. I do think that investing in a piece of cashmere, it feels expensive, but it does take a lot of animal to give give their wool to one jumper. And I think that respecting and investing in cashmere, it feels like an indulgence. But if it's birthday presents or Christmas presents, I think it's the kind of thing that will genuinely keep you warm and it will keep you, you know, it'll keep your wardrobe happy for a long time to come. So I think it's the one thing I really would encourage you to spend on. Oh, this is an interesting white shirt. If you like your white shirts but you're kind of bored of the usual, this is fun. We have a little V-neck and we have a little kind of cocoon shape at the back. That's lovely. I hope that inspired you with what to look for when you come into COS. As always, I am Loulou Story. I am a style coach based in Brighton, but working with clients all over the world to help them understand themselves and their style so that they can feel empowered by with what they wear. They know what works for them. They can fulfill the attitude that they want to have in their life so that you can just get on with the busy part of living a full life, and our wardrobe should support that. So if you need my help, get in touch. I would begin with style words consultation and we go from there.